Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Dustin Davis coming at you from the Streets of Old Shelby exhibit at the Grover Museum here in Shelbyville, Indiana. I was given permission to do this video, and you'll have to understand why. I am going to go into all the exhibits that I can and give you an up-close and personal look at each exhibit. I was given permission to do that, and also I'm allowed to do this on a day that the museum is actually not open. So, this is the start, obviously, of the Streets of Old Shelby exhibit. That's not a real little boy. Before I get too much more into this, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more content. Anybody that watches my channel consistently knows I do several uploads every single day. Most of it's YouTube shorts like dog and cat videos, but I also try to do 2 to 4 long videos every single week. Look right here. Scavenger hunt. I won't be doing that unless somebody comments on this video and saying they want to see me do that for a YouTube video, in which case I will happily do it. But for this particular video, I'm just doing a tour of the exhibit. Those aren't real people, they're just silhouettes put in there. That was the wood flooring. Indianapolis isn't in Shelby County, but Fairland is. Now, when you walk in here, there's also a little ticket booth. Like I said, I'm going to go into each exhibit that I can go into. Show you. Old dolly. Old weight scale. I'm pretty sure that's fake money. Ordinarily, when you walk into this particular part, this is still kind of the entrance, if you will. Ordinarily, when you walk into this part, they have a sound effect. You can hear a horse and buggy walk through for that very reason right there. But she did not turn that on. Like I said, the museum is not actually open today. I was given permission to come in here and do this video by the director. Well, I've actually done a video with in the past, and it was about the Squirrel Uprising of 1822. That's on my channel if you want to go take a look at it. Obviously, this is the hotel office. Look how cheap the rooms were. This entire exhibit is based around the late 1800s, early 1900s, so that's why prices are a little bit different and everything looks older. Now, this next part, there is a door that leads into this on the other side, but I was told by the director that in order to get into this particular part, which is the saloon, I'll do the outside view first, and then I'll go in it. In order to physically get into that part, you have to go through the hotel and through this door. I don't know if the alcohol in here is real. Probably isn't, but I don't know. Look at that, an old grandfather clock. Hello. I'm going to go all the way back out through here. Oh, look at it. Old spittoon. At least I'm pretty sure it's an old spittoon. Really old street light. Hardware store. Old-fashioned gumball machine. I'm allowed to go in here, but I have to unlock the door first. There it is. Obviously, that's where Peanuts went in. That's a really, really, really old telephone. That's a cash register. Bumped into the wall. Oh, look, horsey. The reason it kind of skipped for a second is because I accidentally hit the stop button. Now, the director went ahead and opened this door because it's not locked like the other ones are, but this is, right here is the blacksmith. Anvil. I've never seen this fire up close. Obviously, it's not a real fire. Stable. That is the woodworking shop. In order to get inside of that, we have to go through that door. This is inside the woodworkers. I don't exactly know what everything in here is, so pardon me on that. But I'm doing this video to show everybody a long, very detailed tour of the Grover Museum Streets of Old Shelby exhibit. Saddle. I'm going to need to get that key so I can go and open some of the other doors. About trip. Now, this is something else that I told myself I was going to put in this, tell you about. It's the woodworkers from the outside. It may have a door to it, but I asked the director. She said, no, you can't actually go through that door. This is the bakery. And baked goods obviously over here. But I can't actually go through that door. And even if I could, I don't think there's anything back behind there. So the next part of this exhibit is going to be the post office. This is not as big as the rest of some of the other exhibits, but you can come in here. I don't know what that picture is of. It's probably the old post office. I don't know. Maybe somebody's house. Those look like old postcards to me, but I mean, and that's going to do it for this particular part. Now, next part, when I get the key, Carrie's hats. They don't just have hats in here, they have shoes as well, obviously. I used to wear hats a lot when I was a kid, but I stopped probably a couple decades ago. That is an old sewing machine. That is a curtain to nothing except for the back wall. There's that behind it, but that's it. That is to, I guess, portray. People used to work on these lights, or used to turn the lights on and off. I'm thinking that's this particular, whatever this thing is supposed to portray that. I don't know what the name of this type of person was. If you know, then you know. I don't, so my apologies. Next stop is the printing shop, or printing shop. And so let's. Door's locked. Goes up here. There it is. Wasn't sure if that door was designed to go past that part. Some of these exhibits I know a little bit about, some of them I don't. This is one of those. Plus, it's not that big. It's not that roomy in here. So, unfortunately, that's going to do it for the print shop. This is the other door you can go into. I was told by the director that door was the only way to get into the saloon. This may be another way, but I'm not going to try it. Now, there are two different ways we can go from here. First, I'm probably going to go into the Emporium, which is what this is right now. This is right here. As you can see on the door. Up until last Saturday, I believe, last Saturday, the Saturday before, throughout the year, they do a root beer float day once a month here at the museum, and it's in the Emporium. Now, they have stopped. It's a seasonal type of activity. But the other thing I was going to say is we're going to go in here first, and then there's that direction I can go, and then there's that direction I can go. Now, that leads to the back of the building / an exit door. This leads to a classroom. So I'm going to go there second. But first, the Emporium. This is probably one of the exhibits, aside from the schoolhouse exhibit, part of the exhibit where we'll be getting to here in a little bit. This is probably one of the only parts of this whole exhibit that stays open quite a bit. Root beer float facts. Maybe I can read those. The ice cream float was invented in 1874 at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Shop owner was running low on ice for his sodas and began using vanilla ice cream from a nearby vendor to keep his drinks cold. While popular, some churches sought to have the beverage banned on Sundays because they found drinking from the straws to be inappropriate. This led to the creation of the Sunday. Root beer gets its name from where the flavoring used to be extracted from the sassafras root. Root beer is now made with artificial sassafras root, as the root was found to be carcinogenic. Root beer is almost exclusively a North American beverage. It accounts for 3% of America's soft drink market. Root beer was originally marketed as a root tea during the 1876 Philadelphia Centennial Exhibition, which also featured Alexander Graham Bell's telephone, Heinz ketchup, and the Remington typewriter. I bumped into the old cash register here. I don't know what that is a picture of. I'm guessing an old emporium of some sort or drugstore. Prescription drugstore. And that's why I said that. RX drugs on the side. Like I said, I'm going to go this direction first, which means I realize it has a sign that says don't enter, do not enter. But I like I said, I was given permission to do this. I don't know what this room is exactly. Maybe an office of some sort. That's a really, really old music player. Played vinyl records. Vinyl records. Sorry, I need to enunciate a little more. Another really, really old typewriter. Or I've covered registers and said this is a really, really old typewriter. There was no Google on that. Unless you spelled it. Nice hat. Old style barber. The store opens outward. Shave, hot towel, bedroom, 10 cents. Haircut, 20 cents. Ladies, bob, 30 cents. I don't know what that is. Children's Buster, round haircut, 30 cents. Shaving haircut, 2 bits. When I was a kid, we used to go to a barber. I don't know if this barber chair still works, and I'm not going to try it. Little spittoon. I've always seen these particular devices outside of a barber shop, and I don't know what they're for. This one doesn't even spin. Thought there was a sign above this that said what it was. I'm pretty sure it's an old butcher shop. Well, yeah, it's obviously an old butcher shop. Big giant it says so on the wall. In here. I'm going to have to put the phone down for a second. There we go. Look at that. Round steak, 5 cents a pound. Bologna, 2 cents a pound. Chops, 2 cents. Steak, 5 cents. Roast, 3 cents. Ham, 3 cents. Chicken, 20 cents. Duck, 15 cents. Turkey, 30 cents. Bologna, 2 cents. And frankfurters, 1 cent. Obviously, that's a weight scale for the meats. And I don't believe any of this meat that's in here is real. And that's a plant. Next part is something I kind of glossed over for a second, but going there now. This is a little music store, instrument store. This used to be where the tobacco shop was. Let's put this camera down for a second again. key. I was having issues getting the key to work. Nice picture. Floor mat right there. Next stop is the Sheriff's Office. Shelby. I said Sheriff's. Shelby County Sheriff's Office. That opened a little bit easier. Desk here, cell there. That sign, if you can't read it, says "Don't spit on the floor, Sheriff Luther," and then it has little markings to represent the days or hours, whatever, that somebody may have spent in here. I'm counting right. There is 12 markings. I believe these are pictures of the old police force. That's just a really old Coca-Cola sign. And I believe this is designed the same way as the bakery, where there is a door, but it doesn't go to anything. This is a grocery store. Operator's desk, operator's room, whatever you want to call it. I could go in here, but there's nothing really. This is all that's in here, is the chair and the booth. So I'm not going to go in there. Plus, I don't think the door's not working anyway. Now I'm going to go all the way back. Look at an old barrel. Just in case you're curious as to what's in it. Now I'm going to go back over here, past the Emporium to the right. And this is the bank. I'm guessing that's a picture of an old bank. That sign says the Fairland National Bank. The Shelby National Bank, Shelbyville, Indiana. I'm guessing that's an old stamp. Photography studio. Door's already open. Oops, the light accidentally. I don't know who that is in the picture, or who any of these pictures are of. Dr. I Heal 'em. Catch that play on words? Looking for the keyhole to get in here. Found it. I'm not even going to try the weight scale because it looks too old. Erected 1888 to 1890 by William S. Major and Francis Corey Major, presented to the city of Shelbyville in memory of their parents, Alfred and Jane Major, and Alexander and Loretta Corey. Transferred to the city December 31st, 1922. New Year's Eve, 1922. This is just a model of a cemetery. It's not an actual cemetery. I don't know if that's a working piano or not, or working organ or not. I'm not going to even try it. It's a different view of the Emporium. That's a really, really old bathroom. It's an outhouse. It's how people used to do their laundry. Washboard. And I don't know what you'd call that. Really big bucket. I'm guessing this is for the kids and this is for the adults. I don't know if there's anything in there. I'm not going to even look. Well, maybe just for the video. Yeah, I don't think you can tell if anything is in there or not. Next part is the last part. It's also the schoolhouse I told you guys about earlier. Schoolhouse classroom. And this is another very open part of the exhibit. Those aren't actual windows to the outside. They're just designed to look like that. Abe Lincoln and George Washington in pictures like there, right there, and below, obviously. Another picture of George Washington, American flag. Gettysburg Address. If you want to pause the video and read this, you're welcome to. Some people are going to say I can't, but I actually can read this. I'm just not going to. And that is going to do it for this tour of the Government Museum. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe, and I will talk to everyone very soon.